Hello, my lovelies. Air signs, this is going to be your December monthly reading. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in that order. There will be timestamps in the comments for each of your signs, so check those out. We're going to start with the sign of Gemini. All right, Gemini, let's see what we need to know this month. What are our soul's lessons for the month of December for Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, death. Okay. There's some sort of ending that's happening in your life in the month of December. Rarely do I ever read any of the death cards in my tarot decks as literal. Although it can be, typically it signals that there's some sort of ending, rebirth, transformative energy that's coming in. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So the old saying of when one door closes, a new one will open. So what is trying to exit your life so that something new can take its place? And if this is a literal, somebody's transitioning, know that it's never truly the end. While physically they might not be here, energetically, they're always a part of us. So you can connect to them through the ethers, through prayer, through meditation. You can simply ask them to show you signs. If you've lost somebody, my deepest sympathies for what you're going through. There is a lot of change that's coming in for you in the month of December. So remember that if things don't change, they're going to be stuck and stagnant. So we want there to be some change. Not all of it's pleasant. Some of it's very uncomfortable and sometimes it's painful, but it's necessary so that we can close old chapters and transcend those obstacles and enter a new phase. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement and grief. So some of you are dealing with a loss of somebody, and grief is an experience that's not pleasant, and there's no timeline on your grief or your healing. So take the time that's needed. But let's say within a year, if you're not any better than the day that it happened, you might want to seek some counseling or some help in that situation so you can start to process. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. We would hope that we would show appreciation for the things and people that we have while they're still here. It's so unfortunate that sometimes we see that it's like people were very lonely and they didn't know that they had a lot of people that loved and cared for them until the end of their life when they can't receive it. So show the people that are in your life that you love and care for them while they are here. And that way you have no doubt left in your mind that you gave them what you had when you could. And that way you don't have to have that sense of loss necessarily. Self-esteem. So this could be another lesson that you're working through. I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to see your worth and your value, and it's not measured by what other people think of you. It comes from within. It comes from the divine connection. So I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So what is your value based on? What are you basing your value on? And is it coming from a place of self-love and respect? Because that's where it needs to come from. Can you see this loss from a higher perspective? So not all losses are something that we can see like the silver lining in. When I lost my mom in 2020 very unexpectedly, I did not think that I would be doing what I currently do now. I was a stay-at-home mom. I was a hairstylist for many years, and I was kind of trying to pick up the pieces of what I wanted to do with my future. And losing her awakened my spiritual gifts. So the loss brought out a new beginning and a sense of purpose for me. But what I didn't realize is that in the background, when I looked back, I would realize that these things had to happen. I had to lose something in order to gain a lot. While I wish every day that she was still with us, it taught me a lot about myself. It was a lot of growth. It was a lot of change, but it catapulted me forward. So that's how you see the higher perspective. You see that there was a bigger purpose for whatever you are actually experiencing. And I feel like that's kind of the point that Spirit's trying to make. You are called here on a mission. Are you following through with what you're called here to do? Do you know what your purpose is? Are you confused about that? Does something need to change to align you with that? Again, I have spiritual gifting courses that are videos up here on YouTube. So you buy the course, you watch the videos at your leisure, and then you get a video call one-on-one with me at the end at any given time in order to kind of go over what you learned and hopefully to awaken what your purpose is here on this earth. So if you're interested, shoot me an email. The link's in my description box for purchase in the link tree. It's called Spiritual Gifting Course. You hit that little tab and it'll take you over to purchase. So what is your mission work? Does something need to change for you to actually pop into that? Part of it is you need to lovingly accept yourself, faults and all. That's where shadow work comes in. So appreciate the good and appreciate the bad, and realize that you can make good out of a bad situation. And your self-esteem is what's going to energetically change your high vibrational vibe out into the universe. Your high vibes heal the world. So maybe you're somebody's little ray of fucking sunshine, and maybe they really need that from you. Sometimes I think that energetically we have no idea how many people we affect with our energy, good or bad. Maybe you're in a really shit mood in that day and you affected like a billion people. Maybe you flipped people off in traffic. Maybe you cussed somebody out under your breath. Maybe you quite literally tore somebody apart. What are you doing? You know, it's like, do you want to be remembered for this hateful, negative energy? Or would you rather be somebody's ray of fucking sunshine? The choice is yours. You have the choice to make whether you want to grow and excel and be positive, or whether you stay stuck and stagnant. It's always a choice. What do we have for love? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Geminis. What do we need to see for Geminis? Ooh, soulmates. Who are you welcoming into your energy? That's interesting. I feel like for some of you, you feel like you've lost a soulmate, but truthfully, we don't ever really lose those. We have many soulmates in our life. Some are friends, family, lovers, and some are even our pets. So if you are dealing with a loss of what felt like they were your soulmate, know that somebody new is energetically going to come in that place. When the time is right, things will align. Theodore making his presence known. He always likes to bark when I record for the day. So you could be welcoming in some sort of soulmate into your energy. You're going through some sort of growth and change. So you're going to have to adapt, change, and heal. Especially anything that's unaligned, it's going to exit your life when the time is right. And you could be talking to somebody new. So expecting some sort of awaited message, text, call, email, or hovering. Somebody's interested, conversing more, and an awaited message arrives. One more. Ooh, offering some sort of unconditional love, giving and receiving of affection, and falling in love. And that could lead to a date. So you might be putting yourself back out there, planning or setting a date. Interesting. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Show me what Gemini needs to know for the month of December. There we are. Ooh, okay. Spirit's trying to get you to take a leap of faith and try new things and step out of a comfort zone. The Fool is the beginning of the tarot. So the tarot is known as the Fool's Journey. So it's all about like leaving things behind, starting out fresh, very like inexperienced and ill-equipped, and he literally is leaving with his trusty sidekick, his little dog, but he's on the precipice of change. He also needs to look before he leaps, because the next step he could be falling off a cliff. So it's important that while we are brave and courageous and try new things, we're also paying attention to things that could be obstacles or dangers for us. So don't jump in head first to something you're unsure of. I do feel like you've been in solitary energy for a while, and the Knight of Wands brings in news, but it's quick. It comes in quick and it leaves just as quick. So I feel like you're learning to trust your instincts and intuition of what's right for you and what isn't. I also feel like this could be you connecting with the fire sign. The Fool is Aries energy, and Aries, Sag, and Leo with the Knight of Wands. There's also money changing hands for the better. There could be a pay raise, promotion, unexpected money coming in that helps you to bless other people. And the Six of Swords tells us that it's time for us to leave toxicity and chaos behind and move towards calmer waters. So you're getting out of conflict and going towards your peace. That could very much be a wish fulfillment for you as well. You do have a wish coming in. I feel like it's very important that you choose your next situation carefully for work. You could be wanting to throw in the towel somewhere because it's just not cutting the mustard. Okay, but you won't see the payoff if you give up too soon. So can you stick it out if it's important? And if it's not, cut it loose and go in a new direction. Money is improving for you. You might also be recovering from injury, illness, or surgery, and you may potentially be cutting somebody off and leaving them out in the cold, and they're starting to notice that. The King of Cups tells us that we have a very romantic partnership that could be coming in. I always say that the King of Cups is the ideal father figure. He's nurturing, he's romantic, he's trustworthy, he's loyal, he's protective. He's an all-around good guy. He's also very emotionally evolved. So I feel like he's not going to pussyfoot around. He's gonna, just get to the point and tell you how he actually feels. I feel like a lot of abundance is coming for you in the month of December. So maybe it's an inheritance, a lottery win, some sort of achievement that you've been working towards, but it pays off exponentially. Get creative. We're in the age of Aquarius. It's all about innovation and new ideas. I feel like truth or clarity does reveal somebody's feelings or even potentially your mission work. And it's time to let go of toxic cycles, things that leave us feeling stuck, trapped, or bound, or great temptations, things like addictions and codependency. It's time to break that cycle once and for all. So you need some high walls and boundaries in order to actually facilitate this change and this healing. Be prepared to stick up for yourself. Not everybody's going to like the changes that you are making, but do what is best for you. I feel like the Seven of Wands is always about drawing a line in the sand and creating that boundary. It's something that people shouldn't cross, and they need to take it seriously. So remember to stick up for yourself this month and go after what it is that you want. Libras, let's see what's going on for you for December. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Libra. What do they need to see? What is their soul lesson this month? All right, that one flipped. That one flipped. There we go. All right, Libra, you might be being called to be in a place of service. Maybe you work in the service industry, maybe it's an act of service, but you will start to feel really uplifted when you can be of service to others. I feel good when I can help others. So that's going to be an important lesson for you. And Spirit's asking for you to surrender to something. I feel like it's surrendering to your purpose or a higher calling. I can release my need to control. I am a control freak. I like to be in control of things all of the time. It's a difficult thing to allow others to be in control when you don't know the outcome, but it can be a freeing experience if you're ready to do the work to release. And patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Patience might be in thin supply towards the middle of the month. We're going to have Mercury in retrograde in December, as well as Mars retrograding through Leo. Check your chart where those things happen, and that is the house that it will be affecting for you. So I feel like this is an indication that we're going to have to practice patience and allow things to happen in divine timing. And abundance, it'll be worth it for you, I promise. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So are you a master manifester? You have to be to come to the earthly plane. Start speaking it into existence. Act as if it's already in your 3D reality. And I feel like you're going to start to see miracles change for you for the better in your life. So while it might take some patience to get there, it does look like it will be worth your time. So remember that you're limitless and you are abundant. Let's see how we raise the vibe this month. What do we need to see? What does Libra need for the month of December? Show me what Libra needs to see. Libra. Ooh, living with purpose brings me prosperity and fucking abundance. So you might be called to be like living in your most abundant timeline. You might be called to be of service to somebody else, but that being called to service is what's fulfilling your prosperity. It's what's making you walk in this divine timeline that ushers in the abundance that you're looking for. Okay. Devotion unites me with the infinite. So surrender to the divine plan and allow that energy to actually fulfill your purpose. I feel like this is also telling you that if you are devoted to your purpose, if you're devoted to your calling of whatever your spiritual purpose is for existing, that all of a sudden it's like doors just open for you. It's not something that you have to work hard for. It's like, oh, that opportunity just came and fell in my lap. Oh, that person called and, blessed me with this much money for a job. Oh, I didn't even have to leave my house. My phone's ringing with people needing what I offer. And all of a sudden it's like, doors that were closed magically open. So get devoted to your path and your purpose and watch things actually flow. and I call back my power. I call back my power from every time, space, entity, and dimension cleaned to the highest vibrational frequency, free for me to use as I see fit. Do it often. I feel like you need all of your power for this next phase of life. And the truth is my teacher. What's that old saying? The truth will set you free. There's something that's going to come through, but I feel like there needs to be honest, open dialogue and communication about whatever this happens to be. So let the truth lead the way and let the truth be your teacher. And I feel like it leads to abundance. So somebody needs to like speak up and say whatever the truth actually is. But I feel like it's going to actually set you apart. And I feel like you're going to kind of stand out and be kind of like a shining star in a situation because you're truthful and honest. And that allows others to do the same. All right, show me what they need to see for love. We got a bunch of flippers here. Let's see. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Any more? Perfect. Okay. So it does look like in the month of December that you are closing out old chapters and receiving what you need. Somebody could be at a distance from you, physically, energetically, but you're moving on from something and you are getting some closure somewhere. So it's time to let go of outdated ways of thinking. Stop replaying those old negative things over in your head. It's time for some spiritual growth. Somebody really likes you and they're going to be expressing how they feel. I feel like there's some new romance blooming. Have fun with this person, especially if you want to date, because I feel like they definitely do. You are ascending towards some sort of abundance. So I feel like the abundance is coming. You're transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, a new phase, and preparing for union. The sunglasses. Somebody is watching you. I feel like someone could be stalking you, specifically online. I feel like this is also somebody who could be gaslighting you because they haven't expressed how they actually feel. So make some healthy choices in love and life this month. Remember to love yourself first. Self-love and self-care is going to bring you happiness. You could be a twin flame on the journey. It's time to align and find balance. I've said it for several months in the twin flame readings that the twin flames are starting to come out of separation between 2024 and 2026. They are coming into alignment for union because it's part of their soul's mission work here on this planet. They are the collective that is helping us shift from the 3D to the 4D to the 5D. And so if you are part of that collective of mission work that is part of the twin flame collective, you are coming into alignment for union. Ironically, we have the yin yang symbol on my shirt, and we have the yin yang symbol on the card. So for some of you, you're a twin flame and it's time for you to start coming into union. They might invite you out for coffee. It's time to live in the moment and savor the good stuff. All right, what do we need to see for Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of December. Show me what we need to see for Libras. Libras, what do we need to see for December? Ooh, union is upon you. I feel like you're about to enter a really happy timeline. The sun is literally seen as the happiest card in tarot. It's Leo energy. It's full of newness and beginnings. A lot of sunshine and happiness. I feel like this is also completing a difficult cycle to get to the good stuff. And I feel like this is an indication that some positive changes are finally coming in for you. I feel like this is also a new beginning in love, and I feel like it brings in the happiness, the connection that you've been looking for. All right. Some sort of positive change in your finances. You could be moving, traveling, relocating for work, but moving to greener pastures. Yep. The abundance is coming for you. The Wheel of Fortune says that it's owed to you. It's karmically yours. It's got your name written on it. This is a string of good luck coming in for you and things going in your favor. So don't fear when things are in a place of lack. Transform that energy and know that more is always coming and it's always on the way. You could be dealing with somebody who's a little cold and hard to deal with, but I feel like they're just skeptical that things can actually improve. Is this you? Is this them? I feel like somebody wants to turn things around for you. and that they want to show you how good life can be. So learn to let your sword down. The shadow work is what will unite you with the person or the situations that you're meant to be in. So take some time by yourself and evaluate what's working and what's not, and listen to that inner compass. It's time to let go of the heavy, painful cycles. Pull the swords out of your own back and get out of survival mode, because things are about to turn around for the better. We have the 10 of coins, the 10 of cups, and we have the sun, both talking about marriage and commitment, finding your peace, finding your tribe, finding your person. And I feel like you get out of this state of confusion because there's communication. You might have manifested this. You might be going towards some sort of dream or reality. You might also be in the spotlight, and there could be a lot of attention on you at this time. Remember to see the truth for what it is always. Remember, the truth is your teacher. So you have to see any sort of deception or illusions for what it is and learn to navigate. Spirit's asking you if you will take a step in a new direction. Can you take a leap of faith? Are you willing to try new things? And are you willing to look before you leap in order to get there? Have a wonderful month. Aquarius, my aqua sauce. Welcome to the age of Aquarius. Pluto returned to your sign on, I believe it is the 19th of November, and it will stay in that sign until, was it like 2040 something or 2050 something? It's like 20 damn years at least. So we're going to go through a lot of spiritual changes, energy changes, government changes, just like epic scales of transition, transformation, rebirth, and we're going to be dismantling things that don't work in order to get to the good stuff. So expect some big changes. Some of those could happen in your relationships. So you might be evolving, you might be transitioning out of things that don't work for you. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. You will energetically separate from the ones who don't. Your self-esteem could be a focus for you in the month of December. I feel like this is also realizing that you deserve to love yourself, that you deserve to be happy, and some of that starts with self-love and self-care. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Are you sharing those gifts? Are those things that you keep hidden in secret? I feel like those are going to amplify and come out for you to use them. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So when we realize that we're all interconnected and that we are all typically like bound to each other and energetically one being, we realize that other people are going through circumstances that we know nothing about. And instead of envying what we see on things like social media or in the spotlight, we need to realize they're human, just like us. And they also face challenges, just like us. It might be different challenges, but what's the old saying? You never know what somebody's going through, so be kind and don't be envious. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So this is the sense of pride in like a job well done, not the negative sense of pride. And I feel like you're going to see how good things can actually get for you. I feel like it starts with self-love. That's going to align you with different circumstances, people, and opportunities in order for you to use these gifts that you possess. Speaking of gifts, I have a spiritual gifting course here on YouTube. If you guys are interested, all you have to do is shoot me an email. There is a payment tab in my linktree, so link in the description box. It says spiritual gifting course. You purchase the course, you watch the videos, and then at the end of that, once you've completed that, you get a one-on-one call with me that we schedule at your leisure. All right, let's see what we've got going on from raising our vibration. You are worthy. So again, self-esteem is something that's going to be the name of the game. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of self-love. You are worthy of love from another who also is giving you the kind of love that you need and deserve. So know that you are worthy and you need to be open to receive. My aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. If you're working on your self-esteem, you're going to start to align with really good opportunities. You will be a magnet. Things will just fall into your lap. Why? Because you match the vibrational frequency. So if you're putting out beams of light and positivity, guess what you attract? Other people who gravitate towards that. So you want to be positive, even if things aren't all 100% great in your life, you can still choose to be positive. Know that Spirit is supporting you on your path. You could be seeing dragonflies as confirmation of that. One more, please, Spirit. And choose kindness. Choose to be kind to yourself and others. What's the old saying? Kill them with kindness. Sometimes it's like really hard for people to be in a shitty mood if everybody around them is in a good mood. Like rub off on them on a good way. Spread your sunshine out there into the world. What do we need to see for Aquarius for love for the month of December? Aquarius, what do we need to see? Lightning. All right. So I feel like there's going to be some sudden changes in maybe how you view a situation. Could be something shocking that happens in a relationship. I do feel like there could be like unions that happen kind of out of the blue. It's like, oh, she was single a minute ago and then, well, shit, she's married. Wow, how did that happen? Like sudden shocking changes. So be prepared for things to kind of really accelerate towards this last month. You are going through major changes and transformations, and like a phoenix, you will rise from the ashes. So you could be renewing or rekindling something, transforming, or even changing your mind. You may end up with a soulmate, somebody who's meant to be in your life for the long haul. We have lots of soulmates in our life. Some are friends, family, lovers, and even our pets. And the boat tells us that we are receiving what we need to allow the closure to happen. And so that helps us to be able to go forward. So, what else do we need to see for the month of December? Let's see. Ooh, yep, you are completing a difficult cycle and shedding that heavy burden, that heavy load. I feel like there's a relationship in your life that allows you to change. I also feel like this relationship is something that helps you to achieve a goal in your life. For some of you, it's work related. I feel like you could be traveling, moving, or relocating for a potential employer. I do feel like this moves you to greener pastures. It's something that's beneficial for you financially. Do the shadow work. It's what's going to help you to come into alignment. You might need some time alone. And I feel like you're also learning that you might command the room. There's a lot of people that are paying attention to you in the month of December. Some are future employers, some are suitors. I feel like people in general are just kind of gravitating towards you. Some are new opportunities, some are things that you don't want, so be choosy and trust your instincts. But she's a master manifester, so she is changing her 3D world. Bringing in the happiness, the commitment, the love, the harmony that you're looking for, and all the happiness. You might have reformed somebody into wanting to commit. I do feel like there's news coming in quickly, and there's the major change that happens like lightning. I do feel like this is going to be a quick change. I do feel like somebody has done the work, and so energetically it's like things just start to align. That does create a lot of upheaval and change, so don't fear the change, embrace the change, and go with the flow. Remember that the tower, like the phoenix, must be burned to the ground to transform. After all this change, you're going to need a little bit of R&R, so rest, recover, recharge. You've been through a lot. There could be somebody that's coming in helping all of your dreams become a reality. We have the King and the Queen of Wands. We have the Sun out here. So definitely see some unions coming in. I do feel like there's someone that's going to help you achieve your dreams and your goals. So don't leave this person out in the cold. Don't be super cold and analytical. I feel like you need to open your heart. I do think that you're going to see any sort of bullshit coming a mile away, but while you can be skeptical, you can also be open to receive. Remember that endings bring new beginnings. You're going through a cycle of change, growth, and transformation. So allow the old to close and exit so you can welcome the new. And you won't be confused when you finally realize what it is that you want. So while you might have had a falling out or a conflict, I do feel like you can resolve it should you want to. The key to that is trusting your intuition. Remember, we're in the age of Aquarius. That's about new ways of thinking, dismantling the old structures and systems that don't work, and that takes time. So trust your instincts along the way. Know that Spirit will always guide your path if you just believe and if you just tap in and listen. Have a wonderful month.